All right, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Real Madrid Hub again. I'm your host, Dr. Jota. I have decided to record this video to expand a little bit more the information regarding to Florentino Perez and the huge scandal about the audios that will be released by Diario El Confidencial in Spain. It's a newspaper, it's an online newspaper actually, where, which will be releasing audios from private conversations from Florentino Perez, where allegedly he blasts to some of the players, some of the legends of Real Madrid, like Raúl González, Iker Casillas, calling them, they are the biggest scam in Real Madrid history and things like that. So, but the point of this whole thing is not just that. I mean, because you can have an opinion about some players or things like that, but the problem is what is behind. I mean, the big question that comes to my mind, the big question that pops up is why Florentino Perez? Why in this moment? Why is this happening right now? That is the big question, right? So if you think about it, the newspapers and media have an important role in modern societies, right? Because they are supposed to control to the public servants, to politicians, try to reveal information that might be completely illegal. For example, when a politician is caught by cameras or audios or tapes or whatever it is, doing something illegal or immoral or not fair or whatever it is, I get it. I understand. But what is going on right now with all this huge scandal with Florentino Perez is pretty much a clear operation, right, to destroy him, to destroy his public image. And of course, the only reason behind that is pretty much because he's promoting the European Super League. I mean, you have to keep in mind that Florentino Perez is trying to wipe all the shit out of the soccer spectrum when it comes to UEFA, when it comes to FIFA, when it comes to journalists and newspapers and media who live out of the shoulders of UEFA and La Liga and all the stuff, all these kind of corrupted institutions. And once you decide to go ahead and do that, you have to keep in mind that you will witness a lot of enemies popping up that will at the same time to destroy to you. You know what I'm saying? And that is exactly what is going on right now with Florentino Perez. And there's another latest news regarding to Florentino Perez, because apparently he has decided to make an official statement that has been released like 5 minutes ago in the website of Real Madrid, claiming and actually revealing the name of the journalist that over the last 15 years has been trying to sell these audios to different newspapers, but none of the newspapers in Spain, not even one, has bought these audios, because it is pretty obvious that this is not a public interest, right? So nobody wanted to buy these audios from this journalist, which is Jose Antonio Avellan. That is the name of the journalist, Jose Antonio Avellan. So you can memorize the name and know who is him. And nobody wanted to buy those audios because it's just a private person, right? A private person talking in a private conversation regarding to players, but it's just his opinion. It's just his opinion. That's it. Now, do you understand why this is not a kind of public interest or something like that? Now, do you understand why all this whole thing is very unfair, and it only has the purpose to destroy Florentino Perez's image, to destroy at the same time the European Super League? So that is the point, and that is the thing with this allegedly huge scandal. I mean, in my country, this is pretty normal. In the United States, you can see to the press, media, journalists, and people like that trying to control and keep on the rails, inside the rails, to politicians and public servants and all the stuff. And that is pretty good, because they are supposed to work to represent and protect the public interest, right? The public of the people. I mean, the interest of the people. That's it. So every time they do something illegal, I'm okay for the newspapers and media to release all the illegal things that they have allegedly done, right? But when it comes to Spain, it's a completely different world, man. In Spain, some of the newspapers, not all of them, fortunately, but some of the newspapers and media, what they do is to attack to private people with, private interest or conversations or things that they do, but in a private context or things like that, to tell the rest of the public that they are cheating, they are lying, they are, scammers, they are cheaters, they are bastards, they are, they try to demolish, they try to destroy their public image to show what is nothing other than, gossip and rumors and stuff like that. And they want to pass that information as super important information. So that is exactly what is going on with Florentino Perez. It would be a completely different story if Florentino Perez was not the number one, the head, the face of the European Super League. That would be a completely different story. And all this whole thing is coming out all the way from UEFA, La Liga, and journalists that in a certain way attach to these corrupted institutions, right? So that is what we are going through right now. And you have to be aware what are we going through right now. And what is Florentino Perez getting into before to take any opinion, before to have any opinion and your own take, your own thought about that. It's very important for you to know what is going on in Spain right now and what the newspapers and media are like in Spain, because it's pretty, to me, it's not at all. I can't understand why are they doing this. Because although I get it, I understand that they live much better with this, UEFA and La Liga and all this stuff. If you call yourself journalist, you should know what is your work, what your work is like, right? What is your work? What is your task? What should be your profession? And what a professional of the journalism is like, and all the stuff, right? So when you try to take advantage from some information that is pretty much private information, a private conversation from a private person, in my opinion, you are doing the wrong things, or you're doing a thing that is very wrong, right? And you're not running in the right way, in the right direction you are supposed to run in. You know what I'm saying? So that's why this is unfair. It makes me nuts. It's really sad. It really tastes me bad, because it's not about the European Super League. It's about the journalism. It's about the newspapers in my country. Because sometimes we look at as a third world country. Because this, in a normal country, in a modern country, this doesn't happen. Because there are different mechanisms to control these kind of things. And the people knows very well and knows to distinguish very well what is good journalism and what is bad journalism. This is pretty bad journalism. This is like a mafia. This is a plot to destroy Florentino Perez and, of course, to destroy the whole thing of the European Super League. That's why I'm very upset. I'm very angry. And I don't really understand why they are doing this. Honestly, I really don't understand. Regardless if you are a Madridista or if you are a FC Barcelona supporter or whoever you are, the problem here is a bigger problem. It's not about Florentino Perez. Trash people, shitty people will take part in this, and they will say, he's blasting to Iker Casillas, he's blasting to Raul Gonzalez. Or they will say, no, Iker Casillas was so bad, was horrible, it was a cheater, or Raul Gonzalez was so bad. No, that is the trick. That is the trap. You know what I'm saying? Don't be fooled by this whole situation, because that is not the problem. That is the, I would say, that is the exactly the place where they want you to look at, right? But it's not the right direction where you should look at. You know what I'm saying? So be careful with that. Don't be fooled. And of course, this is very important because we have to understand what is going on here and clarify certain aspects about the journalism in Spain and why they want to demolish and destroy to Florentino Perez as a president of Real Madrid. That is the whole truth. And of course, we will get more information and more news, because this is just begun and this is not going to stop quickly. And I mean, Florentino Perez has made an official announcement, and of course, I'm expecting more news about this topic. So it's all I can tell you, guys. So now let me know your thoughts about that. Just comment in the section below, and of course, subscribe to my channel, Real Madrid Hub.